This video is not meant for children and is brought to you by support from Patreon. Hello, and welcome back. I am Maester Aelix, and this is Stellaris Empires. We are right back where we left off here on the main start screen. Before we go into today's empire, I want to thank everyone who's tuned in already. Thank you for watching this video. And if you could, please leave a thumbs up or maybe even subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. But let's get going. Alright, for today's origin, we're going into Primal Calling. Now, for the longest time, I was really reticent on building this because I didn't really know how to make it different, or special, or interesting. And then biogenesis came out, and I'm like, aha! Now I've got it. Because I did a lot of the Beastmaster Primal Calling-ish stuff for Here There Be Dragons, or however that one goes. And that is still one of my favorite. I'm like, dude, this is so cool. But today we're going into Primal Calling. So let me show you how I built it, why I did, and then how to play just a little bit. Alright, so for a species and portrait, I went with mollusks. And I purposely went with this particular one because we have shelled as a trait, and I wanted there to be, shell plating. The origin is, of course, Primal Calling. Now, this one is big and interesting, so we're going to go over it a little bit. Alright, a planetary modifier, we have Untamed Wilds. We have a -1 max district. Unity from jobs is plus 15%. There's at least one Wrangler job, and you get more for every 20 pops. So that's a good way to keep Unity going. Alright, our home system spawns space fauna in a neighboring system. Available buildings is the Wildlife Ranch, which gives us +2 Wrangler jobs, and it can be upgraded, which you want to do often, and it'll be very cool when you do. You can choose a special stance regarding space fauna upon first contact. That I'm going to let you read into and decide, because however you want to do things is however you want to do things on that one. Additional starting technologies, we have genome mapping, xenology, we have genome mapping, we have guaranteed the research option of xenology, and we have gained insights on gravity snares, artificial breeding, and controlled mutations after cloning space fauna, which is cool. Modifiers: damage to space fauna, 15%. Damage space fauna ship armor, 15%. Space fauna ship sublight speed, plus 10%. Very nice. Fauna capture chance, plus 15%. Very nice. Vivarium max capacity, plus 25%. Tremendously useful. And gravity snare cooldown, minus 25%. So we are going to be capturing organic ships all over the place. And we're going to really capitalize on that with our civics. But first, I went with Fanatic Materialist because we want to do the science and we want to do it hard. Because organic ships, this whole thing takes a lot of science to really get going. Now, I'm not saying these are bad, and I'm not even saying they're slow to start, but with you putting the pedal to the metal scientifically, oh my god, it goes crazy. And I went with Egalitarian, more research, specialist pop output plus 5%, which is your researchers, and faction resource output plus 25%, not bad at all. Alright, we went with Oligarchic, mostly for the effective counselor skill and the counselor experience gain. The counselors are nice, but it's not 1000% necessary like some other builds are. Alright. We are environmentalists. This society seeks to coexist in harmony with nature. Great care is taken to preserve the environment and limit consumerism where possible. We have ranger lodges. Additional starting building is a ranger lodge, and we can do ranger lodges as holdings, which is really cool. And biologists converted to rangers. Rangers produce amenities, social research, and also produce energy credits, food, and minerals depending on how many natural blockers are present. So the more blockers you have, the better this works out. And that keys into the one that we already have for the Civic, or our Origin, which is great. I love it. And we start with 1, so there's a nice boost there. Plus, pop consumer upkeep is minus 20%. And should we want to make a first Warden, our pop amenities usage is down 1.5%. That's not bad, but not what we're really going to focus on. No, we're going to focus on being Beastmasters. Coming to full technological maturity in a system that served as a feeding ground for space amoebas, this society has acquired a deep knowledge of their life cycle. They now work to nurture, raise, and ultimately clone these creatures for mutual benefit. We start with gravity snares and artificial breeding, which means the things that require either of those, we have automatically. Our starbase can build beast ports instead of star ports. Home system starts with 1. Starting military ships are replaced with space amoebas, and starting genetic material is a common space amoeba. Though the couple of these test things, instead of starting off with space amoebas, we actually get space whales, which is awesome. Alright, so artificial ship naval capacity usage plus 200%. Well, we don't do that. This is great. Space fauna ship cloning cost minus 15%, and their upkeep is minus 10%. And our council position is the Beast Lord. Space fauna ship sublight speed plus 2%, and space fauna ship damage plus 3%. So they go faster, shoot harder. Yes, please, that's what we want. They're already going to be going faster. The traits I picked, because I wanted to try out some of the ones that are specific to Molluscoid, is Shelled. Our housing usage is down by 75%, and our habitability is up 10%. These are fantastic. I love them. We also have Permeable Skin. Habitability on worlds with a different climate category are down 20%. Well, we are on an ocean world, so any wet world will not be penalized. The other two kinds, they will be. I also went with Docile. Our empire size from pops is down 10%, and Slow Breeders, our pop growth is down 10%. Both Slow Breeders is easily overcome through technology, and since we're putting the pedal to the metal on technology, this is not really going to be a problem. We're just going to be a little slow to start, and you know what? Not getting Empire Sprawl to start, pretty good. Alright, I named us Spectrum after my good friend Spectrum. The species Pearl is Spectrum, and the adjective is also Spectrum. I went with Random, because why not? And we are the Spectrum Council. Spectrum is often portrayed as being part of a small piece of a larger group, especially today when I am recording this. And yeah, we'll get to that cool thing later. But that's why we're the Spectrum Council. I went with Molluscoid 4 because it is... Oh yeah, the names. Soggish Tidecaller, Yathog Skiftide, and all sorts of other just really alien fun things. Alright, we went with a wet world, but we went with an ocean world, but any of the wet ones totally work for these molluscoids, but I really like the look of the wet with we got here. This name of our star is Spectra. It is a random solar system, and we went with the homeworld of Achelon. Another reference to my friend Spectrum. City and room. Alright, so because of biogenesis, we have 2 new rooms, or 3 actually. Shellcraft, Spinivores, and Wilderness. Well, I'm giving them the Shellcraft things, so Shellcraft City, the similarly new Shellcraft Room, which is this one here, which all looks so fantastic, and I like how it incidentally blends in with the shell. We have the materialist voice.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see the lower limit of... Oh, exponent 8. And carry the 1.
Yeah. Spectrum is very smart, so this makes sense. Alright, for the flag, I really wanted to, as a joke, stick to black and white because the name is Spectrum. And when I was just kind of bopping around looking for things, this ornate, kind of swooshy, splooshy, splashy thing, I thought looked great. It's an organic shape. There's possibly eyes. I like it. And it possibly could be nightmare-inducing. Alright, so for the primary color I went with white because I thought it would look really good on the ships. Secondary color was this, not quite black, but off gray because more things are off gray. The shell on the person is off gray. It looks great. But speaking of the ship sets, we went with the new organic ships, and particularly the shellcraft ones. And these things are amazing. I mean, okay, here's our Mauler, and it's got little pincers. He's a pinchy boy. He's just... We got Weavers, Harbingers, Stingers, our Titan here. It's amazing. I really like these new biological ship sets. And for a Beastmaster, oh yeah, that totally works. Alright, went with Clothing 2 because I thought it was the best. And Color Variant 1, it was the one I had been built with, and having gone through other options, just the other ones don't seem to fit in quite as nice. I mean, 6 is pretty good, but 1 I think fits out best. Though, 7 being blue, blending in more, I wanted to bring in some of these other orangey colors, so 1 worked out great. And for our ruler trait, I went with a Scientist and a Spark of Genius. The extra Scientist at the beginning will let us get a second science ship sooner, so that'll help us explore a little bit faster. So with everything now put together, let me show you how to run things. Despite rapid technological progress, we remain bound to the wild creatures of our world. Unwavering companions throughout our evolution, they are as much our teachers as we are their stewards. We do not take from them more than they can afford to give, and their sacrifices are venerated. In the untimed expansion of space, we may as well discover other wild things. If so, we will treat them with the same respect as the creatures of our worlds. They will learn their place as we learn ours, so together we may grow together. Call to the stars, a primal desire burns within us. Whatever is out there, we will meet it with conviction. I love that. That is... It's not some grand sweeping, we will conquer the universe. It's a very, hey, let's just go see what's out there. So give me a second to start up, and I will get you the information we need as we need it. Alright, so we're about 5 seconds in. Our mastery of spaceborne organisms has led to the development of what we call void lures. These devices are designed to call into the wilds of space and attract organisms to take shelter in the void. We are not sure what we might attract, but the current frequencies are broadcasting and returning regular mirrored responses. Something is coming to us. Following the recent discovery of gravity snares, Spectrum science ships now are able to launch gravity snares. This non-lethal projectiles can safely capture and transport space fauna to our vivarium, where they can continue to reproduce new specimens of their kind. Culling and dissecting these creatures will allow us the harvesting of their genetic material for cloning purposes, as well as other resources. Oh yes, very fun. Let's take a look. We start with a beast port, which increases our vivarium max capacity as well. Our vivarium tank, which increases the space fauna growth rate. And we have a void lure, maximum capacity up again, but it's not saying what we're void luring yet, or does it? Alright, we've gotten our first tradition available. Now, you might think that I'm going to go domestication first, and while that is quite nice, I'm actually going to go again into Harmony. This is going to make our base empire a little bit better. And since we haven't found a whole lot of amazing things to domesticate, domestication, while very good, is better off second. So I'm going to pick up Harmony now. So while we're waiting for something to happen, let me point out one difficult thing you have to keep in balance. Right now, you have a beast port and not a star port. And while we do have organic ships that do not take who do not have that same penalty as inorganic ships,
Construction project concluded.
The organic ships that we construct can only be done so at spaceports. So you're going to want to grab a second system sooner rather than later. Alright, real quickly here, on our starting planet we also have that Ranger Lodge. Now planet limit is one of one, but since we currently have 2 natural blockers, we have a lot of jobs and we're making a lot of bonus stuff. I love it. Alright, and yeah, just like in other test games, I didn't get amoebas to show up, we have space whales to show up. And, well, everyone's now throwing their gravity snares to grab more, which is great. Alright, so we finished up with Harmony, and now we get to our first Ascension perks. Now, there's nothing extra special for this particular thing, but I'm going to definitely work towards this biomorphosis thing. But we're going to have to wait a little bit to do this. Can't be on your first one. So you have some options. Do what you like. Imperial Prerogative is always nice. Mastery of Nature totally fits this organic thing. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, as I was just saying, we have space whales. So we have Whale Song. The void lure we have previously developed attracts a group of space whales native to the system with gas giants, akin to Spectra. It seems our devices must be built into those environments to work properly. Should we discover other wild fauna, we will be able to construct void lures near their natural habitats as well. Okay, like I said before, now we're going to go into domestication. It's going to really help our organic ships and our beast things all do well. Okay, so as I was saying before, you want to keep your regular manufactured ships and your other ships kind of separate. Maulers and Weavers should be on Fleet 2, where organic stuff, Space Amoebas and Space Whales, that should be on Fleet 1 or what have you. Beast ports, star ports. Don't have any star ports just yet, about to go get our first one though. Alright, well, as far as early game goes, I think I've given out all the advice I'm going to give. One of the traditions you're definitely going to want to go for is that biomorphosis. And now if you want to do purity, cloning, or mutation, that's up to you. I lean towards mutation, but cloning is definitely a strong one, and there's nothing wrong with purity, it's just a matter of how you want to play the game. So, this particular group is really just fantastic. The organic bits really let the game play out. The
research.
I got an epic space whale, and now all my space whales are epic, and they are growing, and it will be fantastic. So this is one thing I'm very much looking forward to. Just it's turtles all the way down, as they say. Here's where I'm going to say thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, you know what to do, and that's to like, comment, watch 4 or 5 more of these, share them around, and of course subscribe. It's a little click for you and a really big deal for me, and I greatly appreciate everyone who does. Also, please check out the links down below, because that's where all the really good stuff is, including a link to my Patreon campaign, which lets you get your name in the credits, like these people are now. And I'd like to give a special shout out to all my patrons who help make these videos possible. Aaron Smith, Brian Pelfrey, Chris Armstrong, Dennis Detman, Harry Thompson, and Mark Milius. Thank you all so much for your contributions. I wouldn't have this channel without you. Thank you very much.